Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you will be fine by the grace of Allah Almighty. I welcome you all in the maths class. Today we will continue the exercise 23 and we will solve the remaining questions of exercise 23. I hope you have practiced all the questions which were given to you as home assignment in the previous lecture. In the previous lecture, we calculated the mean for the ungrouped data, but in today's lecture, we are going to calculate the mean for the grouped data. So let's start the exercise. First, we solve the question 12 of exercise 23. The statement of the question number 12 is the table shows the marks obtained out of 25 by the students of class 8 in English. Find the average marks obtained by the students. This table shows the marks of the students. 4 students obtained 11 marks out of 25. 3 students obtained 13 marks. 7 students obtained 15 marks. 16 students obtained 18 marks. 4 students obtained 19 marks. 3 students obtained 20 marks. 2 students obtained 21 marks and 1 student obtained 22 marks. So these are the marks of the students and we have to find out the average marks. To find out the average marks, we will use the same formula of mean which we have used in the previous lecture. And that formula is average or mean is equal to sum of values divided by number of values. Here average is equal to average marks. Sum of values will be equal to total marks of all the students and total number of values will be equal to total number of students. To find out the total marks of all the students, we will find out the products. Which products? We will multiply 11 and 4, 13 and 3, 15 and 7, 18 and 16, 19 and 4, 20 and 3, 21 and 2, 22 and 1. First, we will find out these products and then we will add up all the products to find out the total marks of all the students. To find out the total number of students, we will add up the values 4, 3, 7, 16, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Average marks is equal to total marks divided by total number of students. Total marks will be equal to, we will find out the products and then we will add all these products, and to find out the total number of students we will add up all the students. The sum of these products is equal to 676 and total number of students is equal to 40. After dividing we get 16.9. So average marks of the students are 16.9. Now we solve question number 13. In this question, we are going to calculate the mean for the group data. The statement of this question is, the table shows how much students of a class weigh in kilogram. Find out the mean. This is the table which is given in this question. weight of the students is given in the form of class intervals, and these are the number of students. This is the group data. Group data is always in the form of class intervals, as this table is in the form of class intervals, so this data is the group data, and these number of students represent the frequency of each corresponding class interval, and this complete table is known as frequency distribution table. Now we calculate the mean of this group data. First of all, we will find out the class mark, and class mark is represented by small x. What is class mark? Class mark is the mean of these two limits, upper class limit and lower class limit. Here 30 is the upper class limit of this class interval and 28 is the lower class limit of this class interval. To find out the class mark, we will find out their mean. We will add up these two values and then we will divide the sum by 2. 28 plus 30 divided by 2 is equal to 58 divided by 2, and 58 divided by 2 is equal to 29. So 29 is the class mark of this class interval. Similarly, we will find out the class marks for all the class intervals. We will add up the lower class limit and upper class limit, and then we will divide their sum by 2. You can see that 30 plus 32 divided by 2, by solving we get 31. Here 33 is the class mark of this class interval, 35 is the class mark of this class interval, 37 is the class mark of this class interval, and 39 is the class mark of 38 to 40 class interval. So these are the class marks. Now we will multiply the number of students by the class mark. I told you that number of students represent the frequency of the corresponding class intervals. So we will represent the number of students by F. Now we will take product of F and X. We will give the heading Fx, and now we will multiply F by the value of X. 4 multiplied by 29 is equal to 116. Similarly, we will find out the value of Fx for all the class intervals. Here value of F is 8, class mark is 31. By multiplying we get 248. Here the product of Fx is equal to 330. In this class interval the product is 175. In the next 148, and in the last 39 is the product of Fx. Now we will add up all the students. The total number of students are 32. By adding all these values we get 32. Here we will represent the sum by summation F. This is the symbol of summation, as we have found out the sum of all the values. That's why we have written this symbol. We will find out the summation of Fx now. We will add up all the values of Fx, and then we will write summation Fx is equal to 1056. By adding all these values we get 1056. So the sum of all the values of Fx will be represented by summation Fx, and summation fx is equal to 1056, and sum of all the values of f will be represented by summation f, and summation f will be equal to 32. Now we find out the mean. The formula for the mean of group data is summation fx divided by summation f. Summation fx is equal to 1056. Summation f is equal to 32. By dividing, we get 33. So 33 kg is the average weight of all the students, or we can say that this is the mean of all the weights of the students. Now we solve question number 1. The question 1 is fill in the blanks. Statement 1 is interviews and surveys are methods to collect dash data. Here the answer will be primary data. Actually, the data which is collected directly from some source is known as primary data, and the data which is collected indirectly from some source is called secondary data. The examples of primary data are interviews, surveys which we directly take from some source, and the secondary data is collected indirectly, for example news articles, books, etc. So here interviews and surveys are methods to collect primary data. Second statement is in a frequency distribution. Frequency distribution means the group data which is represented in the form of table. In a frequency distribution, data is grouped into class intervals. The statement 3 is the difference between the upper and lower class limit is called range. About range, I have told you in the previous lecture, and we also found the range in the question. Statement 4 is a dash is a graphical representation of class intervals. Histogram is a graphical representation of class intervals. If we represent the frequency distribution table in the form of graph, then that graph is known as histogram. Histogram is similar to bar graph. Fifth one, the dash is the most frequently occurring value in a data set, and that value is known as mode. Now we solve question number 2. In question number 2, we have to tell whether the given statements are true or false. The first statement is the mean is calculated by dividing the sum of values by the number of values. This is the formula of mean, so this statement is true. Second statement, to determine the mode, the data should be arranged in ascending order. This statement is true. Actually, we can find out the mode by arranging the data or without arranging the data in the ascending or descending order. It is not compulsory to arrange the data in ascending order to find out the mode. We can also find out the mode without arranging the ascending order. But this statement is true because mode can also be found by arranging the data in ascending or descending order. Third statement, it is possible for the median and mode to be the same. This statement is also true. Yes, the median and mode of some data may be same. Statement 4 is frequency is the number of times a data value appears in a class. This is the definition of frequency. So this statement is true. If in a class interval a value occurs 2 times, then 2 is the frequency of that value. And if a value occurs 1 time, then 1 is the frequency of that value. So frequency is the number of times a data value appears in a class. Statement number 5 is the sum of fx is equal to the number of data values. The sum of fx means summation fx, and number of data values means summation f. Summation fx is equal to the summation f. No, it is not possible. So this statement is false. Your home assignment is you will solve the questions 12 and 13 on your notebook, and you will also solve the questions 1 and 2 on book. You will solve the MCQs of this exercise by yourself, and you will solve these MCQs on your book. So this was the last chapter of our first term, and our first term has been completed. There is a syllabus of first term for you. The units 1, 5, 12, 13 and 23 are included in the first term. The questions of exercise 23 which are related to mean, mode and median are questions 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 16. You will solve only these questions of exercise 23, but you will also solve questions 1 and 2 of exercise 23. Definitions of first term are also written here. We will learn all these definitions for the first term. So this was today's lecture. Please do practice of all the questions. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.